She called me in full-blown panic. Her voice cracked like glass over the phone, shaky, frantic. They locked my accounts, the house, our house, it's gone. I don't know what's happening. Please, I need you. I inhaled slowly. Calm. Controlled. You should contact your attorney, I said plainly. Then I ended the call. 6 months earlier, she stood across the kitchen from me, arms crossed, gaze icy and distant. The granite countertop between us felt like a barrier I hadn't seen forming. I want a divorce, she said. Just like that, no emotion, no explanation. As clean and sterile as a scalpel's cut. 2 weeks before that, she'd come into a $5 million inheritance. Before the money, things seemed good, or at least I thought they were. We had our rituals. Sunday coffee and crosswords, movie nights with cheap red wine, late-night whispers and quiet laughter in bed. We weren't perfect, but we were stable. After the funeral, though, something shifted. She stopped sleeping next to me. Her phone never left her side, always screen down. She laughed less, not because she was grieving, but because she was scheming. She looked at me like a snake does a mouse, waiting for it to stop twitching. Still, I said okay. No confrontation. No pleas. She took that as defeat. I sold the house and moved out. My name was still on the title. What she didn't realize, I'd refinanced months earlier and made subtle changes to the agreement. She never read the prenup, let alone the updated clauses. She thought she was moving forward without me. She was wrong. It started with a hunch, a glance at her phone, a name I didn't know, then a suspicious hotel charge on our joint account. She got sloppy, assuming I was crushed and oblivious. That was her first miscalculation. I didn't confront her. I just observed, gathered information. Her messages synced to our shared iCloud. She never changed the password. So I watched the affair unfold in real time, like a train wreck in slow motion. His name was Carter, a flashy real estate agent who wore too much cologne and had more charm than sense. He called her babe. She called him Plan B. I documented everything. Screenshots, transaction records, her private meetings, GPS data, recorded calls, legally just barely. She was building a shiny new life, and I wasn't in it. But I was the one who'd laid the foundation. I knew where every weakness lived in her house of cards. She thought she was untouchable. So I started phase 1. I reached out to an old friend in forensic accounting. We traced every cent of her inheritance. She'd funneled it through a trust to sidestep taxes. Clever, until it wasn't. I sent anonymous tips to the IRS. Undeclared assets, hidden income, offshore activity. Enough red flags to get their attention. Phase 2. I quietly sold the house, at a loss, through a shell company I controlled. She believed she had 90 days after the divorce to buy me out. The reality? She had 14. She missed the deadline. A courier hand-delivered the eviction notice. She cried to Carter. 2 weeks later, he blocked her. She wound up in a tiny condo she couldn't really afford. But it didn't stop there. I sent anonymous emails to her employer. Screenshots of her flirty workday chats with Carter. Evidence of time theft. Ethics violations. No name. No trace. They didn't fire her, but they froze her access and launched an investigation. Phase 3 was the final stroke. I offered her a way out. At least that's how I framed it. A settlement proposal that seemed like mercy. All she had to do was sign away her rights to our remaining joint holdings. She signed. No questions asked. What she didn't know, I had quietly assumed all her outstanding debts, called in favors, bought up every account in her name. She was financially cornered and didn't even know it. When the bank accounts were locked and the foreclosure letters piled up, she called me, begging. We met at the same restaurant where we celebrated our 5th anniversary. She wore designer sunglasses, but I could see the fear in her eyes. "Why are you doing this to me?" she asked. I stirred my coffee slowly. "You left," I said. "I just cleaned up the mess after you. You wanted a clean break." I smiled. "That was your clean break." She reached across the table. "We were married 9 years. Doesn't that mean something to you?" I leaned in, my voice just above a whisper. It meant everything, until I realized you saw me as disposable. She leaned back, lips parted, but no words came. I didn't destroy you, I said. You did that when you decided money meant more than loyalty. Tears welled in her eyes. I felt nothing. Later, I stood outside as the sun dipped beyond the city skyline. She remained inside, hunched over a cold cup of tea. I almost felt bad for her. Almost. Now, she lives paycheck to paycheck. The trust is under audit. Carter's vanished. Her family won't answer her calls. And me? I sleep well. I bought a cabin in the woods. Quiet. Secluded. Mine. Mornings are for writing. Evenings for long walks under tall trees. Justice doesn't always wear a badge or swing a gavel. Sometimes it just signs a paper, smiles, and walks away. She thought betrayal was her greatest work. But revenge is mine. Betrayal is an art. But so is vengeance.